Was he at tight end, or I didn't even see him until he caught it?
Well, he's normally he's a wing on our PAT field goal formation all the time. But when we get in our different formations there, he's kind of an up back type guy. He was in the same position that he was in the night we ran one in against someone where Neely ran it in. This time, obviously, we just let him, instead of block, go out for the pass.
Okay.
You guys have really done a lot with Neely this year. I call him the most exciting punter holder in America.
Yeah. Well, it's just anytime we think we can steal points, and we recognize there is a gamble to that. And there's probably just a few people, and I mean, if you watch Oregon play, you know, they do that all the time and get by with it, but they're scoring 60 a game, so I guess they feel confident they're going to do that. But there's a risk to it, but there's also a reward to it. And you plan on anything like that being, it's a calculated risk, and you weigh the cost and you live with the outcome. But anytime we can steal a point, I think the way our defense is playing right now, those stolen points can be big.
You've gone for 2 on the first score of the game twice now. You did it at Florida Atlantic, and you did it at Middle. Is there a particular thought, line of thinking that maybe this team is a little down and we want to get them mentally down even further? What's your thought process in going for 2? Because that's obviously not very
well. Again, it's not that we predetermined that we're going for 2. It's we break a formation and give them something that they haven't seen. And if they align a certain way, Neely has that option. We go through it through the week. If they line this way, take it. If they don't, just kick it. So it's not predetermined that we're going to go for 2, but it is predetermined if they give it to us, and we think that the play we have designed out of that broken formation will work, certainly try to steal the point. But neither case did we go out there and have it called before we hit the field.
Do you like the fact that gives opponents something extra to think about the next week?
You know me well enough to say that. By now, if they work on everything we've done, they've got to spend an extra 10 minutes a day, I would think. Just working on different formations or different, or the odd stuff that we do at times. But I think that's one of the things that we try to incorporate for sure. And we're not the only one that does that. We have to spend time. You know, I was sitting in the defensive meeting Friday night, and Middle did quite a few things by the time we got to this game, and we actually had one cut-up reel just on their odds and special things that they had done. And I sat in on the defensive meeting with them, and you know, it was a lot of stuff. And you try to cover as much as you can and try to be disciplined with your eyes, but certainly it requires practice time to work on all the things that different teams give you, and we're no exception. We want to give them something that they say, hey, we got to squeeze in 10 minutes of practice time on this Tuesday to work on some of that stuff.
Had Applin, had he punted ever before? I mean, he had punting experience before?
Yeah, he's mad right now that Stock cost him 20 yards on one of his punts. You know? No, I don't know if he's had any experience, but we've punted with him twice this year.
3 times now.
Or 3 times. Before that game, I thought it was twice. Well, again, that's another formation that it's not predetermined whether we're going to punt or go for it. It depends on the look they give us. We'll have a set play out of it. Obviously, the one we ran this week didn't work. Watching the film, we should have gotten out of it and kicked it. It wasn't, but that's, again, the risk reward. That 4th down that we went for, we actually had our set called to kick it. And we ran our offense back out. You know, obviously, anytime you can punt it and they have no threat to return it, that's a net yardage. So, and the one he punted the last time, Stock, we should have downed that inside the 5, and that would have been a big play. But Stock kind of got caught by the corner thinking, and he kind of didn't go cover it like he should have. But again, that's just not predetermined. It's if they give us this look. I know we called it at Western and at Monroe, the same deal, and ended up converting 4th downs because they gave us the look for the play we had. So it's a either or.
Had Applin punted before coming to ASU? Do you know if he kicked any in high school?
I don't
or-
think so.
So
It's not too complicated. If they don't put a returner back, you just got to get it over the line. You know? I mean, we work it every week, so I mean he practices it.
right.
But no, I don't think he was a punter in high school. He does it pretty well though.